Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's episode of Market Check, brought to you by Because Bitcoin. Happy Thursday, guys. It's kind of unbelievable. I feel like it was just Monday because we are absolutely flying through this week. Hopefully, you've all had a great week so far, some great trading. Bitcoin is much higher than last week, so how bad can it really be for a lot of you guys, right? I'm Snorlax. You guys also know me as Tommy. I'm joined by Max, Tucker, Dr. Will's Outlook, and of course, Jackus. Welcome, guys. Hope you all have had a phenomenal week, like I said. But yeah, real quickly, before we start to get cooking and sharing alpha, we always appreciate when you guys smash or caress that like button. I mean, hey, it's Thursday, so I guess there's no need for anyone in particular. Smash or caress that like button. But once you do that, then we can get started. I'm sure we'll bug you again, but of course, like I said, it means a lot to us when you guys engage and, of course, enjoy our content. Hopefully, you've been able to take some meaningful trade setups away from the show over the last few days and over the last few weeks. But with Bitcoin, right? I mean, let's talk about, it's been the elephant in the room, right? King Chad Corn. Speaking of, we had a small overnight dip that has been thus far very strongly eaten up, right? I mean, I'm kind of curious how Bitcoin is going to react when we trade into various levels. Right now, 44K is capping price, similarly to how 39K was last week, in the sense that we have very large players putting asks there looking to get filled. We're going to find out if this is going to resolve similarly, in the sense that, we all saw we put in the God candle at the start of this week. Is that going to be smart money, or is that going to be eventual exit liquidity that's filling shorts here? But yeah, I mean, as far as downside levels, I think 42.8, 42.9, you probably want to see this morning's low hold, honestly, given if you break it. I think at that point, you're probably talking about a lot of underwater buyers and, a pullback that is probably not too extreme, but, I think probably favored at that point, given market structure, if we do, break that low. But yeah, I mean, altcoins so far this morning, obviously outperforming Bitcoin. Last time I saw, ETH was up about 2%. Yeah, it's up more than 2%. You could kind of see that strength last night in the Asia session. Bitcoin dumped a little bit, but ETH really didn't budge too much. And you really only saw ETH put in downside and not even a new low on a lower time frame when Bitcoin dumped. So I did find that to be interesting overnight. Equities. We saw some buyback in Bitcoin and equities. Right? I mean, equities pretty much closed at their weekly low yesterday, but as we can see, the overnight session once again bought back equities. It's been kind of interesting overnight sessions, right? Because one thing I'll say is that equities overnight, the European session has been buying equities, but they've been consistently selling crypto, and those have been pretty favorable entries for crypto into New York session. But equities have kind of been the opposite relationship, where I definitely feel like you can see pretty notably see Europeans within their session, right, buying back buying back stocks. And yeah, I mean, look, as long as the S&P is going to hang out above 4,500 through this window of weakness that we are creeping up towards an ending on, I think it potentially opens the door for some really aggressive upside in that market here into the end of the year. But we'll see what that looks like, guys. Bears have not been able to send equities lower at all. I think we had like 3 consecutive red days in equities. You wouldn't even know it. I mean, we barely budged. So I don't think that's a very good sign if you are a bear in legacy land. But let's talk markets, guys. What are we seeing right now? And yeah, did anybody have anything anything exciting for breakfast?
Well, first of all, guys, I gotta say to the audience that I will have to leave, just like Tommy, by the way, in 45 minutes. So if you guys want to see me cook, okay, and I won't be here tomorrow, guys. I won't be here tomorrow, and I only have 45 minutes. So either you want to see me cook, and in that case, I want to see 50 likes in 15 minutes, okay? If we do see that, greedy Jackie's fulfillment, then I'll start cooking. And if not, I'll see you on Monday, though. So let's see how much you guys want it.
Yeah, guys, let's run these likes up, guys. Big welcome. Also, today is a very, very special stream. if you guys haven't noticed yet, we just hit 3,000 subscribers overnight. We've been closing in on 3,000 for a long time now. Huge feat. It's been a great few months. But yeah, guys, it's all thanks to you guys. It's all thanks to you guys and your consistent support of what we are building here at Because Bitcoin. So please, I guess if you haven't yet, like the content, like this stream. Look at the comments right now. Let him cook. Go time. Get the apron on, Jackus. Feed the greed, guys. Someone put a French fry emoji. I'm not letting Jackus hold my super chat hostage, waiting for we gotta pump these likes up. We got 43 people watching. We got 25 likes. It should be 1-to-1, guys. If you are here and you have not liked the content yet, please consider hitting that thumbs up button for us. It literally just takes a second. You just got to make sure you're signed into your account and you just hit that button. And again, the reason we're at 3,000 subscribers already is because of you guys. So let's get the show on the road. Let's pump these numbers up. We're almost at 30 likes. We need one more, and it's cook time. All right, there's 30 likes. Absolutely fantastic. Cook Bitcoin to the moon. That's a great comment. That's a great.
We are flying just like Ether right now, okay?
Yeah.
With the likes.
Jackus, how many likes did you need again? What
50,
was
50, 50, 50, 50.
Gosh,
50 in 15 minutes.
What are we at, Max? What are we at?
Yeah, we're at 33. We're at 33.
We're flying.
Well,
in the meantime, I'm gonna pull up this chart here, guys.
That's what I was gonna say. While we're waiting,
While we're waiting, I mean, what is there to really talk about? Do I even need to explain what we're looking at here? This is ETH on the 3-day chart, guys.
Oh my god!
This line right here, we'll redraw some of this. Okay, we'll redraw it just for a dramatic effect. And guys, I don't know if one of you guys has us on YouTube or something in the background. One of the team, I keep hearing like a little echo. Either make sure your volume is down, or if you have YouTube, turn your volume down. One of you guys, one of you goofballs.
Well, it's not me.
It was Will. It was Will. I already know it was Will.
No, I'm not that old. I'm not as old.
Will, you are precisely the definition of that old.
When it comes to technology, I'm much younger than most of you. Okay?
That's true. You are pretty tech savvy. But guys, look at this. Look at this. Okay, from this mark down. Okay, from the where we really entered this bottom accumulation range in hindsight. All right. What is this? What? That's the wrong box. What am I doing, guys? What am I doing? All right. We're going to put a border around this. We're going to get rid of the shading. Okay. We're also going to get rid of this middle line of this bottom accumulation range, which we spent over 500 days in. I keep hearing myself echo. I don't know who that is. You guys. Someone's echoing. All right.
It's not me, I promise.
It's Will again, man. It's Will.
Oh, it's probably Will.
All right.
I'm not that old.
All right. We've been in this accumulation range for 500 days. All right. We're going to go here. That's a Tucker. I know that's a Tucker noise. I'm hearing it.
Oh, it wasn't, I swear.
All right.
How do we know who this is?
Everybody just mute.
I heard
myself too. I heard myself too.
I just figured I'd call everybody out until somebody figures out it's them.
Gotta be Tommy, guys.
It was the AOL dial-up. I heard it.
It's not me.
590 days of accumulation. And we're just starting to break out here, guys. We just finally started to break out. What are we talking about here? Let's bring up our good friend Link as well. Hang on.
No. You're sending SPY, BTC, ETH. Go ahead and put it up there.
No.
Let's go.
Hang on, Will. We gotta. This is the example of all examples. All right. Okay. Look at what happened. This is the 3-day. We'll keep it fair. We'll go to the 3-day as well. Look at what happened.
You need to scale out more on the left chart. You need to zoom on. You need to adjust the scaling.
Oh, you want the dramatic effect, Jackus. You want this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you want. There you go.
Just type the 2 words. Put it on the chart. bid more. That's it. That's all you're gonna put on it.
Bet more. Okay. Now here's our good friend Link. We've talked about this example on the show before. We've talked about this. Here's our range high for Link. All right. Now let's see how long that took as well. Oh, would you look at that? Very comparable amount of time. It broke out 554 days. Okay. Look at what happened when Link broke out of a 500-day reaccumulation. We've been talking about this on the show for a while now. It's going to be something very similar, guys. It's going to be something very similar. ETH is bad tech. Nobody wants it. And then guess what happens? It breaks out, and then suddenly ETH is changing the world, and, everybody loves ETH again. Everybody wants ETH, but they only want it when it's up here at 3,000. So we're just getting started here, in my opinion. We're just getting started.
I legit heard everybody wants to eat.
We are 41 likes, guys. We need 9 more likes, and then Jackus is going to cook. The only thing, guys, is Jackus won't be able to be here for the entire show. So if you want Jackus to cook, we got to get to 50 likes. We need 9 more. Okay, go and log into your second account, share it with a friend, text it to your mom and say, Mom, please just like this video. I need Chef Jackus to cook. I'm famished. All right, we're now 8 likes away, guys. And this is actually a good opportunity for you guys because Greedy Jackus usually wants like 100 likes or something crazy like that. 50 likes is nothing for you guys. You guys always get us to 50 likes. So let's just rip it off like a Band-Aid. We'll get there right away. We just hit 3K subscribers. Today's a fantastic day. Look at now we're at 45 likes. This is easy for you guys. You always get the 50 likes. Getting to 100 likes is difficult. And you know that Greedy Jackus wants all the likes. You guys know how this goes. So yeah, guys, please consider liking the video so we can kick it over to Chef Jackus. We just need 5 more likes. I'm even going to go on my phone right now, and I'm going to like it from another YouTube account. I'm going to help you guys out right now because I want Chef Jackus to cook because I know he's going to cook today, guys. He's been on this ETH trade for months, and it's finally starting. So I already know he's going to go off today, guys. I know it's going to be absolutely insane. But we got to give him what he wants. We got to get there. All right, I just liked it from my other account, guys. I just liked it.
That's cheating.
It is what it is. You didn't say I couldn't, You told me that after. I won't like it again.
Fair trade.
But this is incredible strength here. It's just, why, what I'm confused about is why people, I'm seeing online, I'm seeing a lot of people doing this right now. On the first breakout, they're looking at this and they're going, oh, this is a deviation, it's going to be a PO3, this is the trade. I've seen some of this, like serious traders looking for something like this. When you've seen a bunch of other altcoins like Link, breaking out, ETH has clearly been lagging if you look at the ETH BTC valuation. And now on the first breakout and real show of strength, everybody wants to fade it. I mean, look at this. Look at this low time frame setup right here, guys. I mean, look at this. This is just incredible. Does this look like a high time frame bottom to you? We swept these equal lows perfectly, and now we're moving up. And people want to fade this ETH strength. It's mind-boggling to me. Oh my gosh, 57 likes. Okay. 57 likes, Jackus. You know what time it is.
I set the bar too low, man. The likes are pumping more than the East chart.
They are. Look at this. I made 5 accounts just for this occasion. There we go. All right, Jackus. It's time to cook.
You guys don't want to know how many accounts I just had to log into.
Oh, guys, man, we made it in freaking 7 minutes. I'm proud, you fam guys. I mean, the family here is insane, man. Like, you show up every day, and you learn the way, guys. You learn the way to smash that like button, and I love it. I heard myself too now. It's some of you guys. It's some of you.
I don't even have YouTube pulled up. Don't look at me. Don't look at me now.
Who? could have that been? All right. There is lots of stuff, guys. So let's cook. Okay, obviously I'm gonna start with ETH because that's the hot one right now. And I've been talking about this one when we were flipping right here. We were talking on the YouTube market check right down here. People did not care. It was so obvious on the monthly, right? And I talked once he made this monthly candle, I talked like, hey, and by the way, this is going to be the ETH BTC candle by end of the week, like this. And we are now progressing. We've broken through, and there is no stopping us right now to 3060, right? There's no stopping us. It's the same thing as when when BTC broke out of the 30K range. It just is that was lagging. And I was saying, the guys here can confirm, I was saying, man, these guys, these fulsome market makers, they're trying to shake you out and they cannot drop the market any lower. So what they'll do is they'll prolong it and they'll prolong it. They will try to shake you out by time to make it really annoying for you, to make you chase the other pumped coins, right? Hang in there, guys. I said that many times, and I think this is finally starting to unfold, right? Quick math, guys. By the way, this is absolutely lovely. Wait, let me see. I'm not sure which chart is it. I think it's the ETH. Yeah. So look at this, right? This is what we are currently doing. This was the 38K range for BTC. Look at the structure around here, right? You basically had that, sort of like from this local high, you had the bear market, which you had right here, sort of like the pullback bearish structure, right? You had that here, and what you get. By the way, this dip, we will talk about that too. That was into the CME Gapor. Max is going to like this. And from there, we break the structure on an impulsive move, and we start the reaccumulation. We start to form the bullish flag, but it's inside. The bullish flag on itself is meme. But the context that we've broken out of this, 550 days plus long sideways action is key, the thing. And I was sharing this earlier today in actually I was sharing that privately, but it was pretty obvious, when we came back down here, when we are doing this bull flag, just like here, it's the same entire logic. Here I was saying that live, that we will probably front run this high. We will, because that's many people wanted to sell. So the same structure, the impulsive lag, the reaccumulation, and then we are entering this stage, guys. We are entering this stage, and the people are not ready. And look how quickly it is starting now to progress. ETH BTC up 5% on the day, and there is more. There's more. Let's jump into it. So let's start ETH, right? It did not really perfectly tapped in because there was probably lots of demand, but I love this, right? We made by the way, there is a gap above us. We are going to fill that pretty quickly. I'm pretty convinced. We made a breakaway gap here, right out of this accumulation, 550 days plus. I will repeat that and repeat that. There is no resistance above us. Okay? We made a breakaway gap here. We came back, retested, made an impulsive, like another reaccumulation. Now we will going to get sent. This is key. And look at this chart, right? Wait, it's actually on Bybit, I think. So look at that. I was saying you need to get position. I was saying you need to get positioned here when we fill that daily inefficiency. Then we will probably get upside, retrace. We got it. We broken through. I was saying, hey, we're going to do a double retest. we have everything's been following super well. Then the same thing I was saying here on the H1 right here. I do not want to jump in here. So right now we are on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. This is the 6th touch. I think this is not the 6th touch. I think we are breaking through, and the moment we are reclaiming this, I believe we are going to get parabolic. Now, jumping back to onto ETH BTC, right? Look at this. We swept the equal lows down here, and look at this buyback. Okay, this is not by coincidence. Now look at this sort of, right? You get like this some form of triangle-ish pattern, which is a chop solidation. You get the fake breakout. You take the stops, and then what I think happens here is a multiple. It starts above here. The moment we break here, right? And especially here, this is like your full confirmation. Above here, I'm anticipating ahead. Okay, that's what I'm doing. I do that a lot, that I'm like very early. And then I add on these confirmations. So the moment we break this high, any retrace is just fucking sent, right? The moment this happens, this structure right here, very key, very key. So watch for this high. I do believe we flip that. And then look at the weekly candle, okay? Look at the weekly context. We are sitting on the most oversold RSI, and I was saying that the moment we got that right down here, we are sitting on weekly oversight levels. That's the most since the very bottom of this cycle. We are in a bullish structure. I know that this is bearish structure, but it's inside of the big bullish structure, right? It's right here. Actually, let me show this one. Right? This is the structure you want to see. It's a constant, just like when BTC was, it's the fucking same. It's when BTC was at 25K and people kept telling me that the market structure is bearish. And I said, no, we are getting a reaccumulation until proven otherwise, okay? And I said this repeatedly. We may be wrong, and this will become a fucking sell everything even. But until it happens, you have to anticipate it holds. And I was saying that with BTC too. We are in a reaccumulation. I'm talking specifically about 25K in September, October, and so on. And we had that reaccumulation between 31 to 25K. But the market structure prior to that was bullish, just like here. Higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, right? Reaccumulation. And look at this. Look at this sweep, right? This is the fake out that happened today. And in my opinion, okay, this is the big, by the way, this is the Tucker and Archie lines. Do you like them, Tucker?
That's what I'm talking about, Jackus. Now make them dotted and green, and they'll be perfect. Yeah.
Make them green, okay. Like this?
Yeah, that's better. That's better.
Is it this?
Good enough. Yeah, that's perfect.
Or you said dotted?
Yeah, dotted.
Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
Right. So
that's kind of ugly.
No, it's gorgeous.
I'm gonna leave it because it's Tucker Nachi lines. It's Tucker Nachi lines.
That is kind of a nice Tucker Nachi line, though.
Yeah. And look at the confluence of like everything. Like this is your man. Everyone in hindsight will be fucking telling you, "I told you so." Well, nobody told you so, right? And it's going to happen just like with BTC. Then when we are trading up here, everyone will be like, "You were stupid for not buying ETH. It was so obvious. I told you so." They will pull out their hedge tweets, right? And they will say like, "I told you so," while they were, saying, ETH is going to cook down or something like that. So yeah, this is the level of confluence. This is the most oversold weekly RSI. This is the logarithmic uptrend, the Tucker Nachi line. You have the support, you have the market structure, you have the sweep. There is nothing. There's no excuse, in my opinion, to really not position yourself. You have ETHUSD breaking out of the bottom accumulation, man. And if this is not enough, Okay, if you are absolutely want to play this conservative, wait for the flip of this level. Okay, wait for the flip of this level, and then it's going to get sent. But this then becomes daily breaker, and that will, just like when I was saying that with with BTC and all these others, all these events, they will lead to the cascade of things. So for example, you break the structure here on the daily, you make this a breaker. Well, that is going to lead to the break of this weekly resistance, which is going to become now a weekly breaker, right? And all of these will start falling together. Now, I do think that ETH BTC will break this one. I still think 0.08 level is ahead of us in a straight line. Okay, there will be like a 1 week pullback or something. Maybe we retouch this level, something like that. But there is, in my opinion, there's not going to be like a pullback like this long, right? In the middle of this, in my opinion, it's going to be straight line. Then we will get, probably get like spot ETF news, maybe something like that. I do think we will see a large shakeout, just like we are seeing right now, and then the bull market continues. And that's my estimate right now. I am just focusing on this one leg. And by the way, I'm talking about ETH, but you don't have to be playing ETH. You can be playing the higher beta with like Lido Finance. You can be playing the higher beta with many of these alts that are just coiling up for fucking market sent, right?
And you already know what I'm doing.
Yeah, boy. So all of these, if you know how to play. Now let's look at ETH, and let me actually close these ones, right? Yeah, here we were telling you right at the bottom, right? Lots of people will be jumping on the board. I still think ETH right now is still sort of a bad tech, but right now people are like, they'll be in a denial. They'll tell you, okay, so it's moving up, who cares? It's still down a lot versus ETH BTC, you don't care. And then right when we are up there, people will be telling you ETH is good tech, and suddenly you'll see like everyone rolling these news like partnership with Ethereum, we are adopting Ethereum blockchain, all that shit, just like you are seeing on just like we've been seeing all over the years, right? It's going to happen up there, and that's that doesn't mean like necessarily the top, but the majority of move is going to be done by then. You need to front run these always. So, and if, by the way,
Is he breaking out for you guys?
sorry, Will, I did not hear.
Yeah, Jack is cut out for just a second.
Oh, sorry.
It was just a little bit. You're back.
Okay, good. So if that ain't enough, guys, actually let me find a clean chart here. Oh man. Okay, wherever. This one will do. So let's say that you are confident BTC goes to 53K, right? That's 22% from the current prices. The same equivalent for that for ETH, is like 60%. That's 40% difference. That's 40% for the ETH BTC chart, and that's 400% for alt BTC pairs. Okay, that's how this game works, and it's going to be quick. I keep on saying the market makers, they will not make it easy for you. Okay, they will make it straight up out of nowhere. They will make it like Ethereum chart. Okay, you need to be positioned. You need to be seeing these rotations ahead, because the moment they pump, you will be waiting for the pullback that doesn't come. Okay, it's going to be straight up. It's going to be straight up like this.
So
It goes
Jack,
down.
are
It goes
you
down.
saying we're not going to get the 10K Bitcoin I was promised?
I mean, maybe in like 1,000 years, who knows? I suppose one day it's inevitable that BTC will go to zero, right? But will you live 1,000 years to see that? I do not think so.
I mean,
So
I
it's
would
always about
assume
the
that
timing.
would happen probably somewhere around the time the internet, failed. Then we'd probably
Possibly,
see
yeah.
a 10K Bitcoin. But go ahead and keep cooking. I was just asking.
Yeah, I had a phone call too. So you see these pullbacks. You did not get the retest here. You did not get the retest here. They'll pump like this, and you will miss the fun. You need to see, and then by the time you are trying to get in here, you will either get shaken out like with some fake drop like this one, and or just the squeeze is up. I think Ethereum still goes higher though, but like I'm just trying to I'm talking market psychology here, right? Look at that, man. BTC has made its move. It always leads, but look what Ether is doing right now. It's not caring at all. I'm telling you, shit. The moment we get like this pullback, right, it's probably going to be like maybe this BTC pullback, and ETH will just stay strong. BTC will sort of start to maybe go. I cannot exactly tell how. I'm just giving you examples here because it's fucking lower time frame and all can happen there. But yeah, this is my estimate as to what happens right here. And I see so many people not being ready for this at all. There will be lots of copium all the way up until tech is good again. That's what I'm seeing. I can talk lots about all these alts, right? I like to use magic. So I do think lots of these alts, they are ahead of this move, right? You had the By the way, guys, if you are enjoying this content and you have not yet liked the the stream, please do so. You help us grow. You help us bring more guests on the show, and that essentially helps you, right? I know that you guys already did hit the 50 like mark, and for that I'm very appreciative. But there are some of you guys that are enjoying the content and have not yet liked, so please, if you do enjoy this, do so. Anyways,
I remember trading this back in Q1.
Yeah,
Had some amazing swings on it. Yeah.
Yeah, there were some amazing swings indeed. Look at that.
It's actually insane though. I will say this. I want to bring this up because I think like just not enough people acknowledge this this whole thing because I always get the same. I always see the same comments. I haven't seen this day, but I tend to see the same comments, and those comments are stimulus not here, yada yada yada, and it's excuses for price not moving.
Yeah.
But in reality, once the market gets going, the hindsight that people will see, they'll be like, oh my gosh, it was so much more than we expected. The market did so much more in hindsight. People never want to take the foresight to understand that these markets can move irrationally fast and much, much higher than what most people anticipate. Does that mean like 2021, 100K Bitcoin? Probably not.
Uh-oh.
We lost Will right when he was cooking.
He was getting
Oh,
hot.
yeah.
He was getting warmed up.
Does he plug in back?
At the same time, you can move a lot higher.
Will, we just lost you for like 30 seconds.
You can move a lot higher than 100K like most people were anticipating. Like people have to understand that 100K was last cycle's consensus, right? Getting to 100K at this point, it's going to be like a drop in the bucket, and I think that's where a lot of people are going to miss the move. They're going to sell well before, and they're going to re-enter much higher.
Dude, it's wild to see ETH up 5% and Bitcoin red on the day. That is so weird. It hasn't been like that in such a long time.
Wait, we should look at Sol ETH, Jackus.
We will jump into that 1 second. So I think I think this market is just coiling up for hype. It's like insert your favorite shitcoin, right? The market is waiting for the ETH trigger. The moment it gets it, these charts are ready to get sent, and then you will start to get these. And maybe it's going to be like this, like there might not be the retest anymore, and then it's going to get crazy. I do believe these coins need to break their January high, and if we actually go onto like DYDX, right? we are seeing that these coins already, they have already, some of these have already broken these, and then it starts to go up like this. But on many of these coins, we are just here, and some will go higher, some will go lower. But the moral of the story is they are coming for their January highs, and that's what you want to position for, basically. Sol East, you said?
Yeah, how do you interpret that? Because I mean, it's just kind of consolidating up there.
I'm interpreting a distribution.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I absolutely in favor of Sol outperforming, as I've been saying, down here. Whenever you get these, that's usually the market rotation for higher, which we got. And then I do think it did go higher than and that's what usually happens. The market goes higher than you anticipate, the higher than you hold. But usually when people try to hold for the very top, they hold back to break even, right? That's something that's not widely discussed, to be honest. That it's better if you buy here and sell like in the middle of nowhere than if you are trying to hold for the very top and then you are waiting for something and then it starts to go back down and you don't want to sell because the price was already up here, and then you essentially end up holding back to break even. And I cannot even count how many times that has happened to me. So you really need to kill that emotion in you when the market is going up and you are making profits, and take those profits on the way up, start to scale up partial profits, and this is just magic. So once again, Sol East, I do think, is right now in distribution. Now this distribution, look at that, right? When the market is uptrend, look at all these, right? They take like few days, these reaccumulation. And now look at it. We are getting this big one. And I do think this can take many days. And then you will get the breakdown, essentially. You will make few swings to really make people bearish. They will start to, see that on the daily. They will tell you, hey, the market structure is bearish here. We are going back down. And then, the rotation will start to come. Now, this is where it's taking its time, right? This is where it's taking its time. The bear market is there. People are clearly telling you, like, do not fade the trend. Well, you have to zoom out in this case and understand the rotation is coming in. This is taking long. It's actually the reverse scenario of this one. It's the reverse scenario of this one. That's basically what this is. And here, you'll start to get something like this. This is my plan for Sol East. And yeah, like the markets, they rarely do go in a, and I mean, this like can go maybe above this new high. I cannot rule it out though. I don't think so, but yeah, I think this one makes more sense to me. And I would really be looking to front run this high and buy like around here. Yeah, kind of lost my needle there, but where?
So I like Sol USD, maybe going to $75, but I don't think it has a ton more. I'm not in the camp that we're about to go to like $150 Sol right now. I think we're gonna retest the underside of that drop down in early 2022. Because right now, I mean, Sol was the first to bottom because of the FTX situation. So we recognized that it was the leader off of the low. It was the first altcoin to bottom back in 2022, and it was probably going to be the first one to top as well. So I could see, I could see something like that happening. I don't know how deep it goes. I don't know the timing, but I don't really see it going a whole lot higher than $80, $75 or $80. But yeah, I mean, it could certainly, move up. But I like to look at these like 2-day and 3-day RSI. I like to look at them because I think it's usually a pretty good or pretty high hit rate for determining when something is truly running out of steam, and you see, consecutive 2-day or 3-day RSI divs. And Sol is actually starting to print those on like the 2-day and 3-day, where something like Bitcoin hasn't started to print that yet. I don't know if you have an RSI you could pull up here, but you can see we're starting to print some divs. Yeah, exactly. So we're starting to print, and they can take a while. It can take a while for these to play out, but we are starting to see, the vehicle run out of steam a little bit. Where with something like Bitcoin or ETH, we haven't even gotten close to that yet. And we recognized this a while ago. Sol led off of the bottom, and it will probably top first as well. But I think it could go a little higher.
$40 is FUD, man. No $40. Not happening.
$40.
No.
$40.
All FUD.
$40.
80 back to 50, 500.
Just like the upside surprise you, the downside will too. I do not know. My anticipation is $40, but I'll generally look to buy like market structure break, people like something really scary. That's just all I need. I know that when the price gets to back down to the reaccumulation down here, and people will like what you ideally want to get on Solana and get some really clean charts. Could be like Benston. Okay, so what I would really love is that Sol gets down here, and then you will get something like something like this, and you will get like at the bottom, right? You will start to get like bullish market structure, and then people will be like, "This is the bottom. Look to buy the pullback," right? It does bounce, and then you'll get something like this, and then ideally it closes below. And then people will be like, short everything, short it, man. And then it starts to do this, and suddenly you are getting these, right? So this is what you want to buy down here, like below. Generally look to buy below this low or below this low. So as I said, I do not know how deep this goes. It would make sense to me that it goes to $33. Yes, that's correct. And if we are getting this structure and we get some scary dump, I'm buying. I am fucking loading up on that because people will be once again. It's the same everywhere. It's legit BTC right now. What I just described is BTC down here. That's all it is. It's the same. Okay.
I mean, the market, the people in the market or the participants in the market act like they're literally battered spouses. It's actually insane.
Well, you always have just the most wild.
What was the analogy the other day he was talking?
The new kid.
The new kid. He was talking about the kids in the playground.
You don't like the new kid.
I was flaming him in the live chat.
Will, you're something else, man.
Oh man,
you know what I'm saying is true though. They do.
I don't even want. I can't confirm or deny. Will, that's
like when it comes to markets. Look. When it comes to markets,
my attorney has advised me not to comment on the subject.
They're so fearful to enter because they think that every market participant's out to get them. Every market maker's out to get them. So everything's fake. It's all a fade. Just avoid the market altogether, and you won't have to deal with the trauma. That's basically it. Like I don't get it.
Fugazi.
Thinking
about math.
Fugazi, it's a woozy. It's a fairy tale. It's fairy dust. It doesn't exist. It's not on the elemental chart.
Some things that are
fucking real.
So some things that are said, they're harsh, but they're real. Like I try to bring like the realist take when it comes to these things. And I was just sitting there thinking, I was like, man, these people are acting like they have so much trauma. It's like, just bid or don't bid. Like, exit or enter. It's not a difficult conversation.
They are numbers on a screen, my brother in Christ.
Yeah, it's not coming to get you, I promise you.
The
They
big
don't
bad.
care about your $2,000, which are probably worth like 20 cents to them.
Jack is pull up total 3 for the boys.
Hey, real quick, I need to just steal this screen just to show you
No,
something.
I'll have to go in
I also
like
gotta.
2 minutes. So I'm gonna finish up.
No, Max, this is FUD, man.
No, this is real, Tucker. This is super real, man.
FUD.
This is super real. We're following the ETH fractal. The good news is this happens after.
Yep.
The good news is we go up there. Okay. The bad news is you're gonna retest $33 at least.
No, that's
back to Jackus.
Yeah, this is the total 3 which goes here. Back to what okay, quickly. What Max was talking about, right? So I'm in the same camp that and let's entertain this quickly, man. New time, pressure is hurting. But you are legit going to get this. It's the same type of thing, you know. I shared this fractal all the way in May 2022 that we need to go sub below, just like ETH went below this triangle, because that's where all the stops are, right? All the stops are below these lows. So Sol went below all these lows, right? That's where it bottomed. Then you get the accumulation, and you're getting the upside. It's the same type mentality. It happens slightly different each cycle, but overall it's the same. Just like I'm telling you, these coins are pumping above their January highs, and we are at the coil up. We are down here before the pump, but people are not able to see that because sometimes, you know, it's like the intermarket analysis between DXY and gold. You see gold freaking pumping, breaking the structure, and people are like, DXY is going to go to the moon. No, man, it's going to rotate. It can take a week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe even freaking months. I do not know how exactly long they're going to postpone it, but sooner or later, DXY will roll over. Just like these alts, they will go for the January highs, right? And just like here, Sol will most likely, oh shit, it's not what I wanted to do. Sol will most likely go for this high, and then it will most likely also reject there. And what I think happens though, because the timings are different, right? We went to the bear market and then there was the bounce. Whereas here we went to the bear market and there was longest accumulation. So in my opinion, what happens, and I've been discussing this earlier, but you know, people need to be reminded. So what I think is happens, maybe it doesn't go that low, you know, something like this, and you will not get this. Okay, I think what you will actually get is like this one. Maybe the upside is different too, right? It follows after, but Jesus, I hate these scalings. But this is how it can look. It's going to be shorter. Look at it from bottom, right? Let's drag from the bottom. Time is such an underrated aspect. So 77 days when, you know, we really had some decent size. Oh wait, my dog is biting here. My furniture. Bad dog. And so this is when you can sort of expect it, right? November, end of next year. Who knows? Okay, the timing is always something to the suspect, but I would expect something like this kind, maybe. We'll see how it exactly, but the levels are clear, and you always need to respect the levels on each chart. And this just makes so much sense for Sol. Yeah, maybe we overshot a little. Maybe we front run it. Yeah, maybe we just touch this low. Just like here, we didn't really go, you know, and touched the candle body. Sorry, the close, right? We only touched the wick. Maybe we only touched the wick here on Sol. Who knows? This is an area to take profits. Like It's as obvious as this, you know. You don't go from a bear market straight up, straight up, straight up, straight up, straight up. No. I don't know how more clearly I can say that. Anyways, guys, I get around. I hope you guys enjoyed the cooking. I hope the likes are pumping just as East price. And I'll see you on Monday, guys.
See you, Jagus.
See ya.
See ya. Okay. I mean, this is just an incredible chart, man. Absolutely incredible. But guys, let's just do this one more time. If you have not yet, please consider hitting that thumbs up button for us. We have 76 people watching. We have 71 likes on the video. We got to at least get to a 1-to-1. So guys, please hit that thumbs up button for us. Again, it does wonders for the growth. And thank you guys for 3K subscribers. Pretty unbelievable, man. We did slice through it like warm butter. I think we're at like 3,004, 3,005. So it's incredible, guys. It's all thanks to you guys. None of this would be possible if you guys didn't tune in every single day and enjoy the content and like and support us. So huge thank you to you guys. Amazing that we're at 3K, man. It's been a long journey, but we show up here every single day. So man, amazing. But yeah, Jack is absolutely cooked, man. Jack is absolutely cooked. I think one thing that I'm a little uncertain of with ETH is, you know, if we look at last cycle, it's different, right? ETH was, in my opinion, ETH was more speculative last cycle than it was this cycle. Okay. You know, ETH actually compared to, let's pull up Bitcoin from last cycle. Oops, I don't know why I spelt it out like that. Let's pull up Bitcoin and let's look at last cycle. You can see the performance of Bitcoin last cycle versus ETH during its bear market rally or before it's, you know, it really picked up in a bull market, where Bitcoin traded significantly higher. You know, Bitcoin traded back up to retest basically its previous, you know, its blow off top area, the supply up here, where ETH, you know, didn't even get close last cycle. ETH didn't even, you know, it didn't even get close. It got stuffed at the underside retest. So I'll mark out the underside retest right now. And that's actually what we were just looking at with, you know, with Sol, or something similar like this to have, you know, to play out. Bitcoins would be, you know, effectively right here. So you can see the difference where before the bull market, you know, before like the real bull market, before a new leg up, before new price exploration, Bitcoin performed much better than ETH. So with this in mind, you know, I do question, is it possible for ETH to actually trail what Bitcoin is doing here? I think maybe, you know, ETH was far more speculative last cycle than this cycle. But just because Bitcoin is trading, here, let's draw this out. Just because Bitcoin is now trading up in this region. What's that?
Mm-hmm.
I just heard an echo. It's one of you two. All right, I'm hearing the echo. It's one of you two.
No echo, Max. I swear to God.
I was muted.
No. Hang on. I think it's you.
You think it's me?
Yeah. You have YouTube pulled up, don't you?
Yeah, but it's on mute for sure. So maybe there's just feedback from StreamYard or something.
Yeah, that must be
whatever. We'll ignore it. We'll persevere. But my big issue is we know that last cycle, you know, Bitcoin put in a very significant rally before it went into price discovery, you know, much later, and ETH didn't really follow. So yes, we can put these side by side. Why is this market cap Bitcoin USD? I hate that it auto.
I saw that. I didn't know if you meant it to be that way.
I never do that. I mean, well, it always happens to me, but I never do it on purpose. So I'll redraw it with price now. But yeah, it's you know, my big question is, can ETH actually follow in the footsteps of Bitcoin here? And is it lagging to that degree? Or are we going to see something like we saw last cycle where there was, you know, dramatic and pronounced underperformance, basically of ETH against Bitcoin for a significant period of time. I think that maybe this time is slightly different than last cycle, where ETH was more like a Solana last cycle or like an AVAX, where its future was a little bit less certain. Now it feels like it's a little bit more solidified. So what do you guys think? Do you think that ETH is going to basically just trail Bitcoin and do something like this now and move up here to, 3,500, just like Bitcoin is?
I don't know if it gets all the way up there. I mean,
That's
I don't
where
even know
Bitcoin's
if
at.
Bitcoin. Yeah, I don't even know if Bitcoin gets to 48 or wherever the top of that shoulder was, like 48 exactly, I guess. But I mean, I think we see some, like, that's the thing that Will and I had drawn out. I tweeted it out the other day, was like, the SPY Bitcoin ETH chart, and Bitcoin has basically made that move since we drew that up. ETH is the one that's lagging. So I think we do get, it's really mean reversion in my opinion, right? It's really just mean reversion. So I'm expecting ETH to mean revert up. I don't know if we get quite up to that shoulder at 30, whatever, 35, 3,600, but I mean, I could see a 3 handle, I could see a low 3 handle.
Yeah, it has the potential. I think the thing that a lot of people forget is like ETH kind of sat still in 2021 for a long time before actually moving, and then when it moved up, it wasn't even like anything massive, right? The real move was more towards the end of the year, and so like if you sat in ETH the whole time, you probably got some pickup there, but your drawdown was probably, or at least your cost to capital for sitting in ETH may not have equaled as much as you wanted. But I would say going into the cycle, though, into the halving, like I'll put it this way: you wanted to hold ETH going into the halving, you wanted to drop ETH coming out of the halving, and then you wanted to go back into ETH about Q3 right before the market ended to catch that last bit of we'll say gust of wind that the market had left in it before it actually reverted back down. And I think it'll be something very similar this cycle, where you'll want to be positioned in ETH prior to the halving, and it's just because ETH will outperform for percentage move wise, right? And then you'll want to be out of ETH after the halving. Bitcoin will outperform at that point, and other coins will, and then you'll want to be back into ETH, going into the end of the year, when everybody thinks it's over and the market just absolutely rips before it ends up, grasping its last breath and clinging on for life, and then eventually dies.
I think alts are about to send, man. I think alts are about to send.
Bitcoin's got to stand still first, though. That's always the thing.
It has
Bitcoin
been.
has to hesitate.
It has been this morning, but yeah, no, I know you're right, because that's the thing. That's what I was saying on our Discord call. Like, alts haven't moved. Like, I understand a lot of them are up a lot, but like, look at Total 3. Like, alts have not moved to the degree that they should by any means. It's been a Bitcoin dominance led thing. So,
what if everything pumps together? What if ETH teleports to 2,600 and Bitcoin moves up to 50K?
Look,
Everything just moves.
I'm gonna tell you this, Max, and I'm gonna say it here live because I always have to come back to these shows just to say these things, and we always forget them until much later. The thing that I've been yelling with a V, all right, that thing got massively pumped the other day. They pushed through most of the resistances. It's almost all completely cleared out. I think that thing is gonna absolutely tear.
I saw Coinbase was doing like a reward thing.
Yep. Yep. Bro. All the people are selling. They're all selling it only to chase it later.
Yep.
We're going to know a lot more for where ETH is going to go when we get to that CME gap. I think that's a very, very important level. And I remember thinking that when Bitcoin got to its CME futures gap, the last unmitigated one from the bear market, and it started, let's just say it was roughly 35K, somewhere over here. We're going to know a lot more about where ETH is potentially headed when it gets to 2,600. If ETH gets to 2,600 and it basically just flips this level, then I think you open the door to 3,500. I really do.
I think, Max, I'll give you my thoughts. I think Bitcoin gets to probably about 10-20% of its high, which is the SPY position that we've talked about. And then once you get into that 10-20%, you're going to slowly grind into it. And that's where alts are going to really outperform Bitcoin at that point. I think Bitcoin will slowly grind into it before ultimately, dumping from there, just into some kind of, random capitulatory event that nobody foreseen. And then, bouncing out of it really hard like SPY did.
Nobody could have foreseen.
All right, let's take a look at.
Gotta call it now. Gotta call it now before it has to claim it.
Let's take a look at.
You can't put a space in there, Max. Come on.
You know what?
I saw that. I was like, no, he's not gonna put a space.
I need more caffeine.
That's what I'm talking about right there. 500 bill is FUD. I'm looking for 550.
Yeah, I think this chart is going to get that perfect retest here. Let's pull up the ETH chart from 2018. I think it's going to get this retest right here. Right here. I think it's going to get this move. It's going to get the retest of this level. What do you think about that, Tucker?
That level. What is that level? 575.
I think you have to treat total 3 like ETH last cycle. Or 2 cycles ago, I guess.
That's the same chart you put against Sol, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's going to retest the underside of this consolidation before the real drop. So for total 3, that's here. I'll clean this up a little bit.
What do you want? The weekly? There's a monthly FVG too that looks juicy.
I think you can look at this right here.
Yeah.
Here, I'll just erase all this. We can draw it later. So I'm looking at this level. I'm looking at this level for total 3, maybe a little bit lower, right? Just like somewhere in this region. So that's 585 billion to, I'd say maybe the highest 640. I don't really know for sure. And then over here on ETH, I think you have to just assume you're going to get this because total 3 was not really around in the capacity that it is, right now. So I think ETH was sort of your total 3 index. I mean, ETH was the altcoin king. I mean, it still is, right? But I think you're going to recognize that pronounced underperformance, in regards to a retrace like ETH last cycle when Bitcoin went all the way up and retraced this entire complacency shoulder last cycle. Here, I'll throw it up here. Max,
you got a compliment in the comments.
Yeah, what is it?
That 80 denim style.
Oh, yeah, man. You already know. Let's
I think when we look at this though, Max, you do you want to know where all the people that think that money printing matters, in the essence of Bitcoin exceeding or crypto exceeding its previous high, when you see the total 3 exceed its previous market high, that's pretty much a denial of the fact that basically stimulus or you need some type of money printing to push markets higher, because that is full on FOMO, full on new money entering the market beyond stimulus, beyond any type of money printing that pushes total 3 beyond its previous high. And I am so confident that total 3 is going to make a new high before this cycle ends that it's not even funny. And as soon as you see it make a new high, hey, you can start dialing out, right? But like dialing out prior to the new high, I don't know if that's the best case at the moment.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, I think it just does what ETH did last cycle. I think it's going to retrace this move. And you just have, I mean, you have so much room left here, Will. I mean, you have 30 to 40%. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
the
a lot
rebalancing
of
on
meat.
total three is absolutely insane. And how much of that rotation, as far as like if you look at it from we should probably go. I think it's total two, right? That includes ETH. Total
Yeah.
two is where you could find out the difference on like what Bitcoin or what Ethereum's weight is on the total crypto market on the altcoin side. So if you took total two minus total three, at that point you can kind of see, okay, when total three exceeds the high, at
Well,
that point
total 2
probably,
minus total 3 is just ETH, I'm pretty sure.
yeah,
Right?
that's what I was denominating. But what the point I wanted to get to is like once total two exceeds its previous high, you then rotate to total three, which is our higher speculation tokens, and then after that you rotate completely the hell out of the market in the cash and wait for it to pretty much eat itself alive.
Yeah. And it's interesting to talk about these rotations because there's this conception that people have, misconception, where it's like Bitcoin, then ETH, then alt, then garbage starts to run. And I actually think it's kind of like Bitcoin and garbage run together. And then you start to see some centralized, like large cap altcoins move. And then ETH kind of moves last and is like the liquidity vacuum. And I don't know if it's always like that, but in my experience, that's typically what happens. Bitcoin moves and then people front run, the rotation into total three and alts by just bidding low cap junk that they can scam pump because it's easy to move.
I like how you pointed out too as a scam pump, because a lot of these are. It's just people don't even realize that they think it's actual tech, but it's actual scam pumping the market, and they could do that in high.
Real tech.
Check tech, good tech.
Yeah.
Check price, good price. All right, it's tech. It's
So
tech now.
speaking of tech, here's what's going to happen with Celestia, man. Celestia is going to do a little 3-tap. Tucker, it's totally from your mic, man. I can hear it coming through your mic.
It's probably because my mic picks up you talking out of my computer. Hang on. That's what it is. It's not because I have YouTube pulled up.
Yeah, it's for sure your mic. I just heard
so
it.
it's probably if you're above certain decibels, Max, then his mic gives feedback. But
It's
it's
my
not.
loud and thunderous voice.
Yes,
There you
that's
go.
what it
See it?
is. Boom.
It's a decibel
you.
setting.
It was actually Max's fault the whole time.
All right.
No, I turned my computer down, so we're good. But
I'm not too old to understand how that works as far as the feedback,
Yeah.
with decibels and all that stuff like that.
Will, you're coping, man. You're old.
Cope.
Oh,
All right. Here's the deal with Celestia, guys. This thing is going to absolutely tear. It's going to be a meat grinder, and it's going to be difficult to want to hold on. But we're going to do some fib speculation here, man. Some price exploration.
Max, can I just throw out like one comment toward Tia? Like,
yeah, go for it.
I think Tia's gonna run. I think the market makers are smart. They know what they're doing. But I think the end of Tia is gonna be very tragic at the end of the cycle.
It's gonna capitulate, man. It's gonna crater. But it's gonna crater from $25 down to like $6,
Bro, it's gonna pull a soul, man. Like the unlock on that thing is insane after the what is it, 6 months after the halving or something like that?
Yeah, we got a year. We're fine.
The market makers are literally sitting there like run it higher, run it higher, run it higher. And they're just they're causing such a FOMO. Like people are gonna actually think this thing's gonna be sustainable. But the reality is this thing's gonna come down big when this market ends. Like in a big way. Now, granted, there's a lot of opportunity if you take it, and that's what we're doing. We're taking the risk here. But I'm just telling people straight up here in the audience, right here, right now. So when this all plays out, and you guys say, "Well, you told us to buy T, and you told us it was the future." No, we didn't. We never told you it was the future. We told you there's opportunity. That's it.
I don't think those. I understand the comparison, Max, but that PA just doesn't. Because Sol retested every single breakout every single time, and Tia doesn't really. Like
Dog,
when
look at
Tia
this.
breaks out, it just goes.
Look at the interaction with the fibs, though, man. I'm looking at these fibs right here. I mean, it's gonna do something like this, man. It's gonna do something like this. Blow off to 25, pulls a 10x from listing price, and then it'll crater like this.
Yeah.
Pete, I wanted to talk about what I think it was somebody said here, Ayush, if I said that right. So a lot of people say that they say it sucks when certain things don't move in your portfolio as expected. I think all things will move as expected. It's just time, right? Did you get into it at the right time? Are you patient enough to be in it? And so on and so forth. And are you at the right point of rotation? Those are all important factors when looking at things that you've got in your portfolio. But selling something because other things are moving and jumping into those things, that's where you tend to lose money versus just holding on to things that you have expectations for because you think that they are good projects or they are good companies.
I would say Ayush that if I have a set portfolio and one asset starts taking over, right, and the other ones start lagging, when I'm adding fresh money in, I'm just adding it to the winner. I'm going to add the winners. I'm not just going to add the losers because they're losers, right? I'm going to add to things that the market says this is important. This is outperforming. This is going to continue to do well. That's what price is, right? We've talked about this. Like, price is the market saying this asset should be important, should be higher, should go up, right? Like that is the market placing bets, right? So I'm going to add to winners, and I understand, right, what you said, Will. You don't want to cut something just because it doesn't move, right? You don't want to like over rotate and cut things just because they're stagnant and whatnot. But if it takes too long, if it takes like months and months and months and months, like you might have to think about your thesis with
Well,
it.
that too is also a matter of like, especially if you can analyze charts and stuff like that. Like if you were to zoom out on something like, I'll give you an example, Twitter before it got bought, you would see there's no profitability in buying into that stock. It's literally just been sideways its entire existence, right? So why would you buy Twitter? Like anybody buying Twitter is just might be a few pencils short of a pack of pencils, whatever you want to call it. Um, the thing is like you have to look at things that are in an upward momentum as far as existence, and then you have to evaluate where you think they'll go, and then you have to evaluate, what your expectations are, and then wait for those expectations to be met. Like if the momentum's there, I think, or in the favor of, then it's never a bad position. But if you're in something that looks like crap and it's always looked like crap, it's probably a bad position.
We had a request early on from one of our Giga Chads. Something about, I think he wanted Jackus to do it, but Billy, if you're still in here, man, we'll do it. I know you're in the Discord, man. You're one of our Giga Chads. So Metis, I don't know much about Metis, but let's take a look, man. Let's take a look here. All right. Oh, okay. All right, let's draw some lines here, see what we can come up with. I like this one. Yeah, I like that. I also like this. I like this little sweep of the low. Okay, I like that. So this could be your deviation, bruv. This could be starting to break out potentially. Yeah, I don't think this looks bad at all. I hope you're still in here, Billy, but Yeah, I mean, I think an obvious spot, psychological listing on KuCoin came out at 100. It also would retrace, a significant portion of, this very, very aggressive drop. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would just, it's probably going to take a little while. But imagine if I would probably wait for the breakout just so you have like a clear invalidation. And then look for it to, kind of mark up and do something like this. I don't know much about it though. You guys?
No, I don't know anything about it.
I know nothing about it.
I mean, I like 34, and then I like 65 for upside targets, but I'd say you kind of got to hold 22. I think you got to hold right here. You're at this golden pocket, 618. I think your lifetime volume profile, the POC is at 19. I'd say you have to hold here. You got to get through about 30, and then I think you're kind of home free. But
so I look at this right here and I say, look at how significant this 2-week level is right here. I mean, it's also arguably a monthly level just below it. Let's go with the monthly. Right here at $26. I would truthfully wait for a flip, retest, reclaim. So you're breaking out of this diagonal, and you've also flipped this monthly level, which is also a weekly breaker. So me personally, I would be waiting for, this region, this level to get flipped. So maybe 27, 26, 27, something like this. I'd be waiting for this region. And then reaccumulation. And then I would honestly be looking for, you could probably put a stop down in here and then target wherever you're going to target. I don't know where that would be, but yeah, I don't think it looks half bad. Maybe I'll set some alerts. Let's set a couple alerts. I'll set one at $27. So we start to break out. We'll keep an eye on it. Interesting. Cool.
Area of interest for Tia Dip.
Let's take a look, man. We'll pull her back up. I don't know if it's going to give like a perfect dip. It's just such a meat grinder. I mean, it really trades horribly. I think you're kind of in this area right here. Like, I think this is probably your spot, because I'm telling you, if and when, we break out of here and you flip 1050 and you're back above this region, it's just going to launch. When you're back above this high that was set, it's going to launch. So I don't know where the perfect retest is. I'm already in. Like, I bought right in here, and I'm just holding. But yeah, it's a disgusting ticker to trade. It's really a spot. It's a spot ticker. Tucker mentioned that this morning. Like, you don't want to deal with this on perps. It's just an absolute headache. But I could maybe see something like this. Boy, we got a lot of lines on here. Let me clean this up. I could maybe see something like this playing out. It likes to do this like 1, 2, 3 up, 1, 2, 3 up. Same right here, 1, 2, 3 up. So I don't know. It's never perfect, but again, I think when you break out of here, just look out. I think you get above 1040, 1050. It's going to be quick. I really do.
Yeah, I think you pretty quickly go to like 16 once you get above about 1080.
I would agree with you. And my target here is this fib, the 2.618, which would be 1636. And then I think you hit $20 at some point, but you'll get some big pullbacks, right? So you have to ask, how long do you want to? If you break out here, do this. You really want to hold for like a retrace, down into here. I don't know. I'd probably take profit there at 15.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably a clean 2x from here before we get a massive pullback. I think it's probably a clean 2x, but if you're not in from lower, like, the people that bought at $2, like, the difference between a 5x and a 10x is 2x, right? So, like, they're already up 5x, so there could be some profit taking, but
imagine this.
Oh my God, what is that?
This is Ox overlaid with it. I don't think this is going to happen, but it's just kind of, we were playing with it the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it's going to rip. I do, but it's a tough one to hold. You have to size down on it and just have conviction. So.
Yeah.
What's Bitcoin doing, man? Not much. Just kind of just sitting there looking at ETH, man. Just sitting there looking at ETH. Oh, ETH pulled back a little bit on the low time frames. Not really. Not really.
It still looks fantastic.
Cool. All right, guys. 85 likes. Absolutely fantastic. Been going for an hour 25, so I think we are going to call it here. I'm going to take us out. Shadow is really dark today. Guys, thank you so much for being here. We greatly appreciate the support. 85 likes today. What a feat. We also got to 3,000 subs. All thanks to you guys. I mean, seriously, the support is overwhelming. Thank you guys so much. It's really heartwarming. It's great to be able to make an impact. So, guys, if you haven't yet, please consider subscribing to the channel. We are live here on Market Check, brought to you by Because Bitcoin, Monday through Friday at 10:50 a.m. Eastern Time. It's an 1.5 to 2 hour long alpha dump. And again, the full cast was here. Tommy and Jack has had to take off a little bit early, but you know what? We put the team on our back and we persevere. So, guys, please like the video if you haven't yet. And also, please subscribe. Now we're shooting for 4K. We hit 3K subs. Let's see if we can keep it moving. Let's get to 4K. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for being here. One more thing, and you guys knew it was coming. You knew it was coming, and here we go. If you guys want to try out our Discord for 30 days for free, just through the holidays, we are going to continue running our free 1-month trial. Again, it's only going to continue for a little while longer, so definitely check that out while you can. The code is going across the bottom of the screen. Code free month for 1 month for free. You can find that sign up, the first link in the description below, becausebitcoin.com/premium. It'll take you to our website where you can read some reviews and then pick your package. The gold package is definitely the best value. We do over 2 hours a day of private voice calls with our entire community, once before the New York session opens, and then the second right before the New York session closes, the most important times of the day. Furthermore, we share all of our active positions. Me, Tucker, Will, Jackus, Tommy, and Wabi share active positions and setups. We really tailor and orient the Discord towards execution. You see a lot of our analysis here on YouTube. You see the charts, you hear the fundamental discussions, but how do you actually place bets and capitalize, and extract value, money, increase your purchasing power from placing bets in a smart and consistent manner over a long period of time in these markets. So we have active positions channels. It's not it's not a signals group, but I suppose you could use it like one if you chose to do that. But anyways, guys, check that out. It's the first link in the description below. We will not be running this free trial for very much longer. Again, we're just probably going to go through the holidays and then close it off. So use that code free month for 1 month free in the Discord. It will not charge your card. Put that in at checkout. Guys, again, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for the overwhelming support. You helped us blast through 3K subs, and we will see you guys tomorrow for our Friday stream. But remember, have a great day, stay safe, and take care.